Hey everybody, this is Jackie Anderson, and I just want to share with you our next topic, which is fears, failure, and faith. You know, because of this blogging, you guys know that my fear of public speaking was very, 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 very powerful. You know, I've had other fears in my life, just immediate fears, not really like personal fears, but a lot of people don't know this about my husband and I. But we lost a child back in 1997. He was born early, very early, 26-weeker to be exact, and he lived for 18 months. So we were in the hospital for a solid 6 months after he was born, and then in and out of the hospital for the rest of that time. And, you know, those of you that know us know that we only have 3 children, and he is not one of them. He is one of them, but he is in heaven now. And because of that whole situation, you know, I have this conversation, you know, with my kids all the time because, you know, I was pregnant several times and have 3, you know, surviving children. And I had 2 other pregnancies, and the children did not survive. But when my youngest, Avery, asks me all the time, she asks me, Mommy, gosh, if you had all the babies that you were pregnant with, there would be 6 of us. And I'm like, well, baby, you know what? You were a decision. And, you know, Mommy was scared to get pregnant again because of what happened with, you know, the 2 that we lost that are in heaven now. And, you know, that happened because God wanted you to be here. Because if they were still here, you probably wouldn't be here. So that makes her think. And that was a fear that I had, was having her was a fear. It was like a decision that I had to face that fear because I knew I wanted another child, but I did not want to subject that child to what my baby, Jackson, Mark was his name, that came in 1997, what he went through. Because it was, you know, it was as good as it could be for the situation, but it was a hard time. It was a time of prayer and challenge, and you know the nurses sometimes worried about whether Miles and I were even still together, surviving the whole event, the whole situation, because I would be up there and he wouldn't, and then he would be up there and I wouldn't, and they were thinking that we were going through some stuff. But we weren't. It actually made us stronger. And, you know, that was a fear of mine, was to decide to have another child. And that's why when we say our prayers at night is to bring all the babies safely and healthy into the world, was because, and to give, to give Jackson and Gigi a big hug and a kiss for us. Every night when we say prayers, that's what we say. And, sorry, it's an emotional day, really. No, it's not really an emotional day, but everything's okay. But, that was a fear of mine to do that. But I pushed through it, and because I pushed through it, I have a most incredible little girl named Avery, because I decided to push through that fear, have faith that God wanted me to have another child, and that child was going to be as healthy as ever. And it happened. A little bit about the fear of failure. Of failure. You know, my husband and I have been through so much. Nobody even knows. We've been through so much. We've been through what we've been through. People have committed suicide over less than what we've been through. And one day everybody's going to know this story, because it's our story. It's our diamond story, if you will, for when we've reached the goals that we want to reach, our current goals. And you know, I can't wait to share that with everyone, because we never know whose life we're going to touch. And you know that the failure that we've gone through has just been stepping stones to where our success lies. And you have to think of failure as that. You can't just stop trying, because when you stop trying, you're stuck. You're stuck. You're in a rut. You can't get out. You're stagnant, and your thinking is narrow. And when you think narrowly, nothing happens. You can't move. That's why, you go down the narrow path to success, because it is narrow. The beaten path, everyone's been that way. You don't want to go down the beaten path. You want to go down the narrow path, because that's where the 1%, that's the way the 1% goes. It's down the narrow path. It's not beaten like the beaten path. I tell my kids, you need to stay off the beaten path. Go down the narrow path. Don't follow the crowd. Go opposite of the crowd, because you don't know where the crowd is going. It's too crowded. It's not crowded down the narrow path. So there's many things can be accomplished that way. Faith. Faith has gotten us through all of that. The fear and the failures. The failures, like I said, they're a stepping stone to success. Faith, my husband and I take leaps of faith all the time. We took a leap of faith when we bought our first home. We took a leap of faith when he gave his job back to the economy. We took a leap of faith, there's been so many leaps of faith. I can't even name them all. Investing in this, buying properties, going with this industry. It's just been an incredible journey, and I know it's not over. And, I want to say we're starting a new chapter. We really are, actually, because I've never had my husband home with me, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, knowing where he is and what he's doing, and him needing me. Needing me to support him, because he's always been away. I've always been on my own. I used to say, well, I'm a married single parent, because that's just the way it was. I was doing everything, all the cooking, all the laundry, all the negotiating, all the finances, all the meal planning, all the taxing kids around. So, stay-at-home mom has a whole different meaning. When people say they're a stay-at-home mom, I really, really appreciate that. They're a stay-at-home mom, but they're working. They're working harder than anyone would ever even realize. I really, stay-at-home, moms, single moms that have to work and take care of the family, you are like superheroes to me. I don't know how you do it, but I know faith gets you through it. Because you're making an impact on the world that's positive. Your kids are going to appreciate all the work that you do. They may not appreciate it now, but that's okay. We make it a rule in our house. When people walk out the door, or we say goodbye or hello, we always say, I love you, goodbye, make it a great day, because you never know what your last words are going to be when you leave this earth. So, have faith in everything that you do, and just know whatever happens for a reason, and that the end result is what was designed to happen. It was made to be that way. That was put in your path for a reason, to lead you in a direction that you needed to go. That being said, this was a pretty long little video, but I'm really passionate about it. I'm probably going to go ahead and post it, because, I can't sit there and watch long videos either, but I hope you do. Make it a coffeelicious day. For more about us, go to IamMilesandJackie.com. That's IamMilesandJackie.com. Make it a coffeelicious day.